If you've been through a breakup recently, there's a good chance you've had this thought. Why can't I stop thinking about them? You wake up thinking about them. You go to bed thinking about them. Something reminds you of them during the day, and suddenly you're replaying old conversations for the 100th time. It's exhausting. And after a while, you start wondering if something is wrong with you. Why does your brain keep going back to the same person over and over? The answer is simpler than most people realize. Your mind isn't necessarily trying to get your ex back. It's trying to make sense of a loss. When a relationship ends, your brain suddenly loses something it became familiar with. Not just the person, the routines, the habits, the future you imagined, the role they played in your everyday life. And when something important disappears unexpectedly, your mind naturally starts searching for answers. That's why so many people replay the relationship after a breakup. They go through old memories, old messages, old arguments, not because they enjoy it, because part of them believes there's something they missed, some explanation that will finally make everything make sense. But here's the problem. Closure rarely comes from thinking about the same thing 1,000 more times. Most people aren't stuck because they haven't thought enough. They're stuck because they haven't stopped. Think about it. How many times have you replayed the breakup already? 10 times? 100 times? More. Has replaying it over and over actually given you peace? Or has it mostly made you feel worse? At some point, the brain stops searching for answers and starts repeating a habit. That's when thinking becomes rumination. And rumination feels productive because you're mentally busy. But usually you're just going in circles. You revisit the same memories, the same questions, the same regrets, without reaching a different conclusion. One of the hardest truths after a breakup is realizing that not every question gets an answer. Sometimes you never fully understand why someone changed, why they stopped trying, why they walked away. And as uncomfortable as that is, learning to live without every answer is part of healing. Let me ask you something. What's the question you keep asking yourself about your breakup? The one your mind keeps returning to? Leave it in the comments. You might be surprised by how many people are asking the exact same thing. Now here's something that helped me understand this process better. Imagine you had a favorite path through a forest. You walked it every day for years. Then one day, the path suddenly disappears. At first, you keep trying to find it. You go back again and again because that's what you're used to doing. But eventually, if you stop walking that path, something interesting happens. The grass grows back, the trail fades, and your attention starts moving somewhere else. Thoughts work the same way. The more often you revisit the same mental path, the stronger it becomes. The less often you walk it, the weaker it gets. That doesn't mean you'll never think about your ex again. It means those thoughts slowly lose their grip on you. One day, you'll notice you went an entire hour without thinking about them. Then half a day, then a full day. And eventually you'll realize something has changed. They're still part of your story. They're just no longer the center of it. Healing doesn't happen when you force yourself to forget. It happens when your life gradually becomes bigger than the breakup. When new experiences create new memories. When new goals replace old questions. When your future starts demanding more attention than your past. And if that hasn't happened yet, don't panic. It takes time, far more time than most people expect. But every day you spend investing in your own life instead of replaying the same questions is a step forward, even if it doesn't feel like it. So if you've been frustrated with yourself for still thinking about your ex, remember this. Thinking about them doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're moving backward. It means you're human. The goal isn't to never think about them again. The goal is to reach a point where those thoughts no longer control your day. And trust me, that day comes sooner than you think. If this video helped you, subscribe for more psychology-based insights on healing, confidence, and moving forward after heartbreak.